Wrong button. There we go. Now we got the right button. Welcome in, everybody, to Monday Night Race Night. This is the season opener here at Numb Thumbs Racing League in the Cup Series. And boy, we got a good one in store for you here at Daytona. Before we really get into things, let's do some housekeeping announcements first. One of which is we will be having a drawing for a fancy pair of headphones at the end of this one. You do have to be in chat to be able to claim that one here at the end. Of course, if you're a driver, we'll see you there in Discord, so no issues there. But for the rest of you guys who have been inputted for that drawing, make sure you stick around all the way till the end, till after the interviews, to make sure you hear your name called for that one, as well as if you're not currently able to chat, just either refresh your browser or close out and open it back up again. That was 100% my fault. I was trying to get the views from all the 6-year-olds out there and accidentally clicked kids are okay to watch this, and apparently with that you're not allowed to have a live chat. So if I did refresh that and update that, so everything is now working. So if you just refresh, close out, and load it back up, everything should be a-okay there for you to join us here on the live chat, which we always enjoy from you folks out there in the YouTube land. But anyway, now let's get into the official start here for this race, and as always, we're going to start it off with the National Anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And welcome back. Now with that out of the way, we have to say thank you to our great sponsors here for Numb Thumbs Racing League. Those are ButtKicker. Enjoy that extra gaming experience with a nice vibrating seat addition to help you feel all the bumps and the track, as well as DEP Graphics. Go ahead and check them out, as well as AdminBoxx, one of the best keys for race controllers here in iRacing. Go ahead and check AdminBoxx out, as they have a fantastic product, and I know quite a few people are getting in on the action and using it, so get it while it's hot. AdminBoxx. Let's see here. We got us. Let's introduce us. I'm Alan Brown, and as always, I'm joined in the booth by Mr. Alan English. Alan, opening night here with Numb Thumbs, and this is going to be a great one. Yeah, absolutely. As down there on pit road, as always, we've got Mr. Adam Turner. Adam, back to a super speedway we go, and a new car. We haven't really covered these next-gen cars at all, and what are you expecting to see down there on pit road?
There's 70 laps. Even in Louisiana, that's 175 miles. And let's get to it, man. Let's start throwing down.
Well, apparently you guys weren't able to be heard out there, so Mr. English, say hi to the grand old folks out there once again.
Oh, okay. Man, it's a bumpy start. Telling you what. Yeah, we've been looking forward to seeing the next-gen cars run out here. We're going to see some familiar names from some other leagues that we've broadcasted, if you've watched AAA broadcasting for any amount of time. But it doesn't matter what they did before in their previous leagues. But it's a fresh start here at Numb Thumbs, and I can't wait to get this thing started. We're going to get some good car counts in this season in Numb Thumbs, and it's going to be a blast to watch. So just stay tuned for that.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. As Mr. Turner, do you want to run through that kind of weather situation we got going on once again?
Oh, it was 70 degrees out there. It's Daytona. It's beautiful. One fast repair. 25 incident points, you're out. 70% fuel. 5 sets of tires. 70 laps, 175 miles, even in Louisiana. Let's get this thing on. And I want to see these guys fight, man. Are these guys fighters? Are we going to have some arguments? Are we going to have some craziness out on the track? I love it, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what these guys got. It's a perfect place to start here at Daytona.
Absolutely. As we take a look at that track and weather conditions, everything looking A-OK for this lovely night race here tonight. It's going to be a good one, bringing us down to that key to the race, and it's find a dance partner early. You don't know if you're going to be with your teammate here kind of towards the end of this race, so you want to be making friends by the time this thing ends, because otherwise you're going to be hurting for certain.
Well, that's how a pack race goes, right? We've seen a lot of it. We've covered a lot of it. Yeah, you run with who's around you if you can. If these guys practice together at all, you're going to know which car's the one that can hold a real good line, who's the one that's a good pusher, who's the one that's maybe a little shaky and can't really hold a line as good as somebody else. So practice that's part of practice too. It's not just practicing with your teammates, but it's about doing a little bit of due diligence out there and figuring out who you can run with in a bind.
Yeah, and you're going to find out friend or foe real quick here, Daytona. You know, this is the first race of the season. This sets it all off, man. So we'll see what kind of tone they're going to have for the rest of the season. And believe it or not, we normally don't have as many mistakes, but our fearless leader Brown has like a new computer, man, and that thing can like it runs a space shuttle. You should see this thing. He's got monitors all over the place. I think he's working out the kinks in that thing, getting used to it. But bear with us. We're going to put the show on, and we'll get through it.
Yeah, that we will as we start to get this qualifying session underway. We got some people out there right now. We got the 663 of Ryan Pandicio out there on that top spot, but double O Joe Bennett driving that 00 car. He's looking to climb up that leaderboard here with his couple of laps, and we are early here in qualifying. It's a 10-minute qualifying session, your best 2 laps, so these guys have plenty of time to try to get some good times in here.
Well, if it was up to me, I don't know how these things draft. You know, we haven't done much next-gen stuff, but I don't like to qualify at these plate tracks. I think you can go from, chump to champ in no time. Just kind of lay back, be patient, and let it play out in front of you.
Yeah, and keep in mind, folks, a lot of these drivers that are out here, we have not broadcasted for these guys. If we say a name wrong or something, please get in touch with us, DM us. We're in your Discord server with you, so don't be shy. Definitely send us a message and let us know we're messing your name up, because I know some people say their name's different. Like I think Pandicio is another way to say Ryan's name, but a few other guys out there. If we say your name wrong, please bear with us and don't, definitely don't be shy about reaching out and letting us know if we're messing something up. We appreciate all kinds of constructive criticism for sure. We got a lot of chatters out there on YouTube already.
Yeah,
Appreciate all of y'all.
Absolutely. I think that's going to be one of the best things for you there, Mr. English, as our social media guy. Is you're going to have plenty of time not flipping between screens, but just staying on one screen to keep up with that thing.
Wonder if we're gonna have one of them guys that likes to argue. I love those guys. They want to argue on the keyboard. We could have fun with that too. You call us names, whatever you want to do.
I thought you've been on the race radio.
Well, that too. I mean, but like if somebody wants to argue with us online, we got this social media. That's always fun. They want to call us names. I love hearing that. We don't normally have that kind of problem, but we like to interact with everybody. That's for sure.
Yes, sir. As we're starting to see some crossover from some of the other leagues that we cover here tonight. One of those is Bay Area Rob Chowdhury in that 24 machine joining us here tonight. He's coming on over. We've seen him a couple seasons over at the HCK Beagles, which open up tomorrow night. We look forward to seeing you all over there as well. Mark Collins, we've seen him race in the Vigilante Racing League on Wednesday nights. Who recently moved from the trucks to the Xfinity cars, and he's been a fun one to watch as well.
Yeah, and our other sponsors here, our title sponsor this season, DEP Graphics, and also on board with us this season, Davidson Builders. I think they're going to be sponsoring our replays for us.
Yeah, that is correct. So we thank you guys for pitching in and helping these leagues out as they get to be able to put on some of the best quality products. Shoot, I'd even say sometimes it's even better than what we see on national live TV.
Yeah, that's for sure. And we're definitely looking for a beer sponsor. I've always been looking for one of those. Hadn't got anybody knocking down the door just yet, but I think English, we can get this thing done in a couple years. We'll get us a beer sponsor.
Brian Hawkin Racing over there on YouTube saying, "That's my dude Ryan, Panic at the Disco." I guess that's how you say it. Panic at the Disco.
I like that. That's a
Thanks,
good nickname.
Robert Weaver on there. We got Colin Cook. We got Cooker on there. Let's see who all we got out here. Valley's telling everybody, meanwhile, make sure and join Numb Thumb's gaming community and sign up for Smash for Cash on August 6th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you look there in the live chat, Colin's got a Cooker. He put the Discord address in there for you guys. Go on there and check that out for sure if you're interested in. These guys, Numb Thumbs, they don't just do racing. They do all kinds of different games and simulations. And they really do have a lot of fun over there. Pretty close-knit group. So, but always looking for new people to join. So definitely go check them out.
Yeah, well, you're definitely not kidding about that one. I mean, they got everything from DayZ to Farm Sim to Truckers MP.
Our Citizen.
You got just about everything under the sun over there. So whatever floats your boat, be sure to go on over and check them out and join the great community. I know both me and English are a part of it, and every time that we've played, we've had a really good time.
Yeah, Paul Ferdiani joining us also on YouTube. He's also in the race, saying, good to hear from you guys again. It's good to see you again, Paul, and good luck out there. He says, let's go plus EV. He says, I'll work on a beer sponsor for you.
Okay, I'm down with that. Let's do it.
Albert Anderson also joining us on there, saying everything's looking good now and sounding good. So thank you very much for that. We appreciate all the feedback on there. Sometimes, we don't always hear the output just like you do. So we might have a microphone that's down or something. We appreciate y'all letting us know. Thank y'all so much for being a part of the team.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. As it looks like we're starting to wind qualifying down. All drivers that have Looks like that they wanted to take a time, have taken a time. We have a total of 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think 26 drivers who I believe are going to take the grid here tonight, which is a very good field for this race. I know, especially at Daytona, things can get pretty hectic pretty quickly here. But I expect these guys to do a pretty good job. I don't know about aggressiveness here at the start. I know watching some of the previous races at plate tracks, just kind of across every league and every broadcast we've done, we've seen people be pretty patient here until at least, that halfway to go mark.
Yeah, when it's time to go, it's time to go. And we'll see as the laps count down. The intensity is going to count. It's going to ramp up just a little bit as we go. And last 10 laps, maybe 5 laps, who knows? We're going to see some fun stuff there.
Yeah, it'll be mayhem. But what I think we've always found in like a league opener, everybody's so ramped up, they're ready to rock. So it starts to get a little more aggressive early. To get 10 laps, people start kind of getting bored and really want to jam it to their friend over there next to them. So you never know what we're going to see, but I think we're all going to enjoy some kind of racing here tonight. Plate track at Daytona, man.
You are not kidding. And look at that. It is time already to do our starting grid rundown here for this Num Thumbs Racing League Cup Series opener at Daytona. Nathan Stanley wins pole position. I believe that is sponsored by the AdminBoxx there. So congratulations, Nathan Stanley, getting that pole position. You got the double 999 of Jason Kraft in second, starting on that outside line. 33 of Paul Ferdiani is going to be joining us here in third, with the 2 of Juan Jimenez starting in fourth. In fifth, we have the 76 of Richard Hurst, and the 663 of Ryan Panic at the Disco Pandicio, or Pandicio, however it is pronounced. So Ryan, please let us know. He's going to be starting in sixth. In seventh, we have the 44 of Dana Shepard, with the 3 of Chris Muth Jr. on his outside in eighth. In ninth, we have the 73 of Mark Brown. And rounding out tonight's top 10 is the other Mark. It is Mark Collins in the 23.
64 of Joseph Hoggard will start in 11th. And outside row 6, Bay Area Rob Chowdhury in the 24 machine. Kevin Delia in the 43 will be starting in 13th place. 14th will be the 31 of Bradley Clay. 15th place will be Joseph Bennett in the 00. And to his outside, Thomas Welch in the 9 machine. Derek Welch is going to be starting in 17th. And Gavin Ray in the 27 car is going to be starting in 18th place. And then rounded out your top 20. And row number 10, the 22 of Eric Thornton and the 88 of Bobby Duffield.
Yeah, the 21st, you're setting as the 09 of John T. Fike. That sounds like a country singer or something. I like that. John T. I like that. Number in 22nd position, the 91 of Gerald Duffin. I might be saying that wrong. I don't know. Looks like the 45 of Bristol Thompson, the 999 of Kyle Davidson. 24th, 998, Justin Morrow, 25th. 55 of Tom Barish, sitting there 22nd. And the number 17 of Bryant Newingham in 27th. That may be a little mixed up, but that's what it's showing on my screen.
All right, and that is your starting grid here tonight at Daytona, with these guys now joining out onto the racing track, followed by that pace car getting things all stacked up and ready to go for 70 laps here tonight.
And the AdminBoxx pole sitter is Nathan Stanley. So congrats, Nathan Stanley. I think you already mentioned that, though, in the 67 machine.
Yeah, I think I did. It's okay. It's always good to double coverage,
I didn't know if we were going to interview him or what we were doing there. I'm sorry about that.
I don't know either. It's the funness of joining a new league for the first time and not knowing what's going on.
First race, yeah.
As these guys go through turns 3 and 4, getting ready to send that pace car down and out of the way to let these guys have at it. So 70 laps, not Not a heck of a lot of time for these guys, but still plenty of time of racing to go. Looks like the screen mashing is looking better here tonight, so everything is A-OK. As that pace car makes the dive down here onto pit lane, we head on into the tri-oval to get this thing started down there. Across the line, great start there for the 67 out in front. Away we go, green flag racing for the first time here tonight on lap number 1. Side by side they go, all stacked up through turns 1 and 2. That outside line trying to get formed up with that double 9. Jason Kraft on that outside. Got a bumping and banging. Oh, had a car go down to the apron here early. He's going to struggle to try to find a gap to find his way up, as we're going to be 3 wide here in the middle of this pack as the leaders kind of straighten each other out and get back to single file here, kind of up towards the front. But that was
flags out.
Caution is thrown.
Caution's flying. Richard Hurst got back up on the track safely there, even though they were 3 wide, and then the yellow flag came out shortly after. iRacing throws the flags here, so...
Well, it was the number 20 car of Bobby Duffield, or the number 88, I'm sorry, of in 20th position. Lost control there.
We tried to see what happened to Bobby. Of course, camera didn't catch it apparently, which is highly unfortunate. So let's he was sideways on the track there at some point. So
his car is awesome though. It looks like pepperoni's all over it. I don't know, maybe too much pepperoni grease.
You've got pizza on the brain today, I swear.
Yeah, well, he hits the grass, he comes up, and then looks like the 17 just kind of has nowhere to go and drills him.
Adam Strom joining us on YouTube as well, saying, "Evening, fellas." He said, "Hey, tell Adam Turner I'll be down there pit road shortly with some ice cold PBR."
Okay, yeah, summertime. That's perfect beer. Come on down.
And Jason Kraft's got some fans out there. Mike McLean out there pulling for him, and so is Marlia Kraft. And then HCK Beagles recently joining us tonight, saying, "Can't wait for tomorrow night." And that's right, tomorrow we're doing one of their races. They're getting a truck league going once again on Tuesday nights. Look forward to that one again.
Got some guys coming down taking maybe getting some fuel at minimum.
You might as well cram as much fuel in there as you can. It's early.
Yeah, it's not going to hurt you, especially if you're kind of in the back of the field.
And Numb Thumbs Gaming Community saying, "We got 30-plus people out there watching." He said, "Tell them all, smash that thumbs up button and give these guys some love. We sure do appreciate all the support we get from you guys. And if you don't want to miss a race, definitely subscribe. And then, what is it? You click on the notification bell, and I guess whenever we put a video up, it'll pop up on your phone or whatever."
The more times, the more people you can get to hit that thumb and hit the bell and all the things that you need to hit. I don't know what the hell they are. The more beer we get. So
is that right?
Yeah, I've just made that up, but I think
that was written
it might correlate to something in the future. So yeah, no, hit it, and especially show the love of these drivers out here.
Absolutely.
This is a lot of fun, especially in competitive leagues like this. It can be super fun and super stressful, but I know they like having their friends and family watch them. So
yeah, that is for sure.
Try to do the best to help them out here.
But not only that, but if you hit that subscribe button, the next time you log in to watch a race, all you got to go is go to your subscriptions tab, and there we are. We're going to be right there up at the top. So you can find us all that much easier as we kind of take a look here early on, just a couple laps in. We're going to be able to see some big movers already, just like that 09 of John T. Fike. He's already up 9 spots into 12th, and I got a feeling he's probably going to look to make some more spots forward.
Adam Strom says it helps the algorithms, too, if you hit the thumbs up button. I've never heard of that band, the Algorithms, but
they're good. I saw them back in the 70s.
Them out too. Chris Muth says that their paint schemes are are different on the track than they are on the broadcast. That sounds like a trading paints issue.
Yeah, we'll refresh the paint, see if it'll
Yeah, let's try to refresh
fix itself here.
Appreciate the feedback, guys.
I don't know. I got all the really cool paints I'm looking at. I don't know if it's correlating to the broadcast, but it does. It sometimes doesn't.
I'm only getting a few, so.
Yeah, sometimes it's. There's too much computer stuff going on, you know? That's the problem.
What was that thing? Remember Caveman? Frozen Caveman lawyer Phil Hartman on Saturday Night Live says, "Your new world frightens and confuses me." That's what you sound like when you talk
Well,
about.
you're just dating yourself with Phil Hartman. That guy's been dead for 20 years. Look, HCK Beagle says, "Give these guys some beer." I like what they're talking about. That's what's happening. They know us.
As these guys get lined back up and make their way around the track here, if they can stay green here as the pace car comes down? You know, how long do they got before they got to come down for fuel?
That's a great question as the green flag flies, and we are back to 2 wide racing here at Daytona on lap number 5. Here, green flag waving side by side. They go down into turns 1 and 2. Once again, you got the 33 and the 3 teaming up on that outside line with the 67, the 99, and it looks like the 73 of Mark Brown on that inside line as they jockey their way down the back straightaway, trying to make up a few extra positions here. And man, look at that run that outside line is getting.
Yeah, it's crazy how fast they're moving along with just 3 cars. Just hadn't watched enough of this next gen car to see what you need in the draft. I think we're personally going to learn some stuff here tonight. It looks like the low line is starting to take a little bit of advantage as Mark Collins comes out to the outside.
You got with these spammers on.
Yeah.
How ridiculous. Sorry about that, folks. We're getting them blocked as they come in.
Well, I mean, that's not the right algorithm we need. Strom must be steering us in the wrong direction.
These guys are starting to single file down on the low line. A few takers still running that top line led by Mark Collins.
Yeah, Joseph Bennett in 00 is back there just trying to follow those guys in front of them. They're not totally formed up just yet, and they may be nervous. I don't know how much experience they have with this car.
Ooh, as we got some bobbing and weaving there, maybe trying to block a little bit of that draft run, but not quite able to shut that door was the 27 of Gavin Ray. Moved up from the bottom just a little bit. Maybe even looked to join that little train as they were getting a run forward, but in the end he bailed out, and that ended up checking up the field there on that outside line. As yeah, we're pretty well done for the most part, single file on that low line. Still have a few people hanging out on that high line. As we can see the one of Derek Welch driving the Tide machine, at least on screen here, is maybe looking to take it 3 wide if the 27 doesn't get going here.
And the 91 of Duffin just set the fastest lap of the race. Almost a 46 flat, 46.01. So it really helps when you get a good sniff of the draft on somebody and close a big gap. That really helps your lap times. But you can set a good lap time, but that's not really going to help you navigate your way through this field. You really got to be patient out there. But Duffin, he's got that thing flying out there.
Well, and looks like 55 of Tom Barish is in their leader of the second pack. It looks like it's in there in 18th position. I'm wondering how much ground they can make up just as a pack together, or if they can at all.
But you know what? It is super early, so I kind of like this play of just kind of sitting back, hanging around, really not forcing the issue too much back there.
Well, we got Nancy Boylan also joining us on YouTube, pulling for the 99 of Jason Kraft. Jason Kraft, that 99 machine, he's got the fans out here tonight, I think.
Man, this Exciting already, Yahtzee.
That outside line gathers more and more support. Kraft in the 99 machine leading that outside line. Looks like they're picking up a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, as another driver jumps up out there to kind of help him out. That's that 76 of Richard Hurst. So he's going to help them kind of launch back up here towards the front. Oh, little wiggle there from the 76, but he's able to get it back under control as I head off down into 1 and 2 as we're side by side just like that for the lead. And all it takes is just a couple drivers to come out and help your cause. And now we got 2 lanes all formed up once again here at Daytona.
The 76 machine, that man right there is a fan of the side draft. You can see it. He was putting it down there on that 33 machine. 33 of Paul Ferdiani. Whoa, we got a car real slow up by the wall. I couldn't tell if they hit the wall or not. Dark colored car.
Ooh, we got the 23 of Mark Collins way off the pace here. He's gonna come down. Yeah, he's gonna come down into pit lane. So I wonder if he just wiggled and bobbled just a little bit too much, and that's gonna send him down into pit lane. Maybe have to get some damage to some of those side panels.
Aero very, very, very important here, as with any other super speedway. A nice bump there from the 3 of Chris Muth Jr. to the 33 of Paul Ferdiani in that poker stars machine.
And, you know, we've seen it in the Xfinity cars and the trucks. Both cars punch a very big hole here at these super speedways on how much the draft really makes a difference. And right now, I mean, we're seeing a good number of cars on that outside line. See that side draft really kicking in here as they continue to try to make a run. Richard Hurst trying to get clear of that 33, just not quite able to get that bumper clear, though.
He probably could have made it. He doesn't want to abandon the 99 there in the 27. And then behind them, you got the 1 and the, is that the 60? Oh, the 09, I'm sorry. It's an upside down 60. The 09 of John T. Fike. Little bit of wiggling going on. I don't like to see the side-by-side wiggle happen that far up in the order.
No, it's that top line really getting a run here. I think that bottom line had a big checkup, so that's going to allow Richard Hurst, Gavin Ray, and even Derek Welsh, if they wanted to dive on down. Even the 09 of John T. Fike, he's going to dive down to the bottom here, maybe making up a little bit of extra ground.
See, we're going to be learning a lot this season about these next-gen cars and how they perform in a tight pack like this. Definitely going to be different than watching, you know, your Xfinity cars or your trucks, as you were mentioning.
Man,
that's exciting for sure.
Let's look at that. The 27 and the 1 moving down to the bottom lane simultaneously, trying to get back around that 76 as the 09 giving that 76 a pretty good bump there on that outside to alleviate a little bit of the pressure from that run. Oh, and look at that. He's now going to jump on down as, oh no, the 33 goes down to the apron.
He's hanging on to it, though, so hopefully he'll find some folks to get back in another pack with. Brandon Hawkin Racing, you are right. It is one fast repair today. They've got 25x incident limit. That's for DQ. 18 gets you a black flag. But these guys are running 70% fuel, so if I had to guess, you'll probably see these guys be able to run, 20, 25 laps or so before they need to start thinking about coming down for gas.
They look like these, just watching the guys drive like they're a handful. It's really a backer in the back that's looks like they're having a hard time keeping those things straight.
This is a whoa, as the 9 gets into the wall, comes back down in front of the 67. Contact again. 9 back up in the wall.
Ooh, man, that could have been a big accident as the 9
One of Welsh got in the wall, too.
Yeah, still a little slow on the back straightaway there. That's going to kind of separate this main lead pack quite a bit. It's going to absolutely blow up what was great 2-wide racing here. the 76 is now left all alone on that outside line. He's hoping that the 99 of Jason Kraft can catch up to him. But yeah, that caused a big rift. I mean, you got the 1 of Derek Welsh. He's out of the draft of the main pack here. He's going to try to hope that the 3 of Chris Muth Jr. is going to be able to help him out here. Same thing with the 00 Joe Bennett trying to come up as well.
So just looking at where these guys started and where they're at now, John Fike up 20 spots. He gridded that car in 21st place, and 15 laps in, he's up in the front.
It's John T. Fike, by God.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. Don't get that confused. Well, it looks like Derek Welch got a friend there pushing him in Muth. But Eric Thornton right there behind him, kind of like push the pusher deal. Let's kind of see what happens with that little group.
Yeah, I got a big old gap as Bay Area Rob Chowdhury is all by himself. He's probably going to hope that 1 of Derek Welsh and his little posse he's got grouped up right now catches up to him, as they're just losing time after time up here towards these drivers up at the front. We got about 4 cars, and then another 4 or 5 cars, and then another 4 or 5 cars. So everything really spreading out here.
It's kind of wild to watch these cars, man. They're just a little bit different than watching the old Cup cars.
55 in the grass. Tom Barish doing a little cross-country action down there. I'm not sure what happened to him. 55 trying to make his way back to the apron.
Maybe getting just a little loose there as we continue to tick laps away up here at Daytona. We can see that 24 Bay Area Rob Chowdhury. He's really trying to get some work in here. As man, this spam stuff is super annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm trying to kill him as fast as I can, but
Yeah, I mean, they're just the bots are everywhere. I mean, why can't we just get them? What's happening? Who's running this operation at YouTube? It must be the Zucker guy.
that's a different.
Oh, yeah, they're all the same, I imagine.
A lot of single file action going on out there right now. There, Alan, and could it be because these guys are kind of trying to set themselves up for a pit stop soon?
That could be it. I mean, we are on lap 19. We did have an early caution, so that's going to extend these guys' tanks just a little bit extra. But like I said earlier, as your key to the race, man, you really need to find that dance partner, and especially if you're not near any of your teammates, as this field is absolutely kind of spread apart here. You got your top 4 drivers of Richard Hurst, Gavin Ray, Mark Brown, and Jason Kraft up here at the front, and then you get a big old 4-second gap back down to the 1 of Derek Welsh, 3 of Chris Muth. As you can see, the 00 Joe Bennett looks like he's trying to make a move up the inside here, or trying to figure something out, as it looks like mainly the 2 kind of chase packs have now started to combine.
I wonder if that secondary chase pack losing ground or gaining ground or keeping the same.
As of right now, they've been losing ground ever so slightly. It's not a quick loss of ground, but they are definitely very slowly losing it here. As we're now on lap number 21, and if you're expecting around lap 25, these guys are gonna be having a big old fun time trying to come down into the pits. But the top 4 up here at the front, they should be pretty good. Pit road won't be too crowded for them.
Yeah, you don't want to come down pit road, with 26 other cars. It's not really ideal.
No, but
let
it
your
makes for
teammate get back out there.
it makes for fun though, right? So what
yeah.
we really need here is somebody to turn, somebody to get angry. Then we'll just rack everybody back up after the caution, and we won't have to worry about gaining or losing on these chase packs.
See, your idea of fun and these drivers' idea of fun, I don't think really matches up.
Well, I'm just talking about watching it. I don't want to be in there racing it. It's fun to watch it when they're doing wild stuff like crashing and fighting.
DSMO for Life says, let's go Wrecking Ball. So, somebody out there has the nickname Wrecking Ball. We need to know who that is. Or maybe it's just trying to get somebody to smash their way through here.
And it's gonna be slicey and dicey here in this middle group for just a little while. You got the 33 Paul Ferdiani. He dropped to the apron earlier on, trying to maybe get a little extra room. Oh, big move there from that orange car. Looks like that's the 663. No, excuse me. Could be the 88 of Bobby Duffield. Yeah, that's who it is. He is currently marked a couple laps down here, so he's just kind of riding around, maybe trying to get some of this laps back here the hard way, but still got a ton of ground to make up. But Adam, back to your original question, are they making up ground? They are now. The gap is now back down to 3 seconds, so they are making a charge here. With it looks like the 64 Joseph Hoggard now up at the front.
So it's just a matter of being in line and in form and keeping the draft real sharp. Basically, I think and the draft seems like they might be a little bit finicky on these cars. And you just kind of got to figure it out.
Jim Russell's with you, though, Adam, saying he likes that idea of fun that you were talking about. He says, I wait for somebody to get mad.
Yeah, no, that's always fun. And then they have such a big community here at Numb Thumbs. Maybe they'll go to like the fighting game and fight it out.
Guess we could take a look out the
lap car there.
Yeah, we had the camera on the back bumper of that 64. You could see Kevin Delia in that Ford, all right there in that rear bumper, trying to push him around. As man, they've really caught up now. I mean, they've caught up those 3 seconds in about a lap and a half, so they're going to be right back up to these top four in no time.
So these cars not as easy to handle as some other cars on a super speedway. Do you think tires is going to play a factor at all here, or is it still just, it's giant super speedway time and, you can afford a couple of fuel-only stops?
No, I think tires are actually going to be a big play here. And normally we don't see that at super speedway racing. It's
especially Talladega.
Tires coming into effects or anything like that. But here at Daytona, I think we might see people, if they try to maybe push the tires a little extra longer, we're going to see some real squirminess come out of it.
Yeah, I think these cars are just they're trying to dial them in. They haven't dialed them in totally just yet with the next gen. And so I agree with you. I think fresh tires are definitely going to help the further you go out there on the track. And they only have one lug nut, and that just drives me crazy. I don't understand that.
Giant hub block, it's something to see, that's for sure. It's a big old socket they put that thing on with.
Well, as we're approaching that pit window now here on lap 27, the 45 Bristol Thompson is up 16 spots currently, riding in 7th. The only person that's made about as much ground as the 27 of Gavin Ray, who's up there in 2nd. He's also up 16 seconds on the day, or 16 spots.
Yeah, there's a few movers out there. Bristol Thompson up 16. Eric Thornton up 13. Derek Welch up 12. I mean, it's really cool.
You hear what I'm hearing on the radio? It sounds like we got a lot of people calling that they're about to pit.
Yeah.
Trying to keep people from driving up their rear end.
That's very good to communicate that right here, especially
here
first
we
race.
go. We got a mass exodus coming down into pit lane. They got to bring that speed all the way down to, I believe it's 55 miles an hour. Oh, contact on pit
60.
lane. Oh, it's 60 coming down pit lane. as I am so corrected. The one of Derek Welsh got side by side with somebody there. Might have been the 73 of Mark Brown, as we still have some people out there running some laps. We have the 43 of Kevin Delia out there. Same thing with the 64 of Joseph Hoggard, Ryan Pandicio, Dana Shepard, and Juan Jimenez. All not coming on down. I got a feeling they're going to be coming down here pretty soon, as Richard Hurst is going to lead that charge coming down off of pit road. Looks like John T. Fike as well has not come down pit road yet, as well, as he's trying to maybe run a couple extra laps here before making that dive.
Boy, that pit road was busy. Looked like Waco, I-35 in Waco on a Friday morning. Damn near everybody half running into each other out there, but they did a good job, way better than they do it in Waco.
Nancy Boylan saying, hope you got a good pit crew out there, number 99 of Kraft. Here comes the 09 down for his pit service. Haven't seen any black flags for speeding yet. Like everybody able to get their speed down.
Well, this isn't one of those places where that usually is an issue. I mean, unless somebody's kind of racing to the line.
Yeah, under green sometimes you can get a little bit careless. I know I've definitely been guilty of it.
As we got another little round of pit stops here, being led by that 43. We got the 64 of Hoggard, the 663 of Pandicio, the 44 of Shepard, and the 2 of Jimenez all coming on down. So we'll wait to see how and when they come out of the pit lane to see if they're going to be able to maintain with this lead pack up at the front, all being led by that 76 of Richard Hurst. You got the 99 of Jason Kraft right there, the 1 of Derek Welsh, 22 Eric Thornton as well, as these guys come on down. They're at that pit entrance right now, so it's going to be pretty close for these guys coming off a pit lane.
Yeah, these guys are going to learn that when you get the field good and spread out like this, you know, having your dancing partner, having your drafting partners around you is more important than ever. As we see the 24, the 91 and the 00 had a huge run, and they kind of got stopped in their tracks because they came up on some too wide action right in front of them. Here we got some cars running some really different speeds as we got the 43 coming off the pit lane, merging onto the backstretch there.
You can see that group that pitted a couple laps earlier here, trying to make their way around these guys that just came off a pit lane, but they also did a pretty good job. They didn't stick that well together. However, they did get up to speed pretty quick, so the 663 is going to be able to lead a couple laps here, followed by that 2 of Juan Jimenez.
And Hall Z over on YouTube saying, missed the start of today's race, unfortunately, but here to support the Plus EV boys. Go get them.
Yeah, we got quite a few people watching out there right now, so let's hear what you got. Hear your thoughts. I think, you know, kind of seen something we're not used to in the next gen, so we're learning out here too. So I'd like to hear what everybody has to say out there on YouTube land.
I was going to say, out of all of our years of experience on iRacing, I think these next-gen cars are probably one of the least amount of knowledge that we have. Shoot, we might even have more knowledge about driving, you know, the radicals here at Daytona, bump drafting.
That's a blast right there.
You know, than these next-gen cars. But you know what? From what we've seen here today, everything's looking pretty fun. From a racer's perspective, you get kind of car has to keep you on your toes a little bit as these guys continue to put laps down. We see that 663 kind of being filtered backwards through this pack as looks like Bobby Duffield having a issue there and towing down onto pit road.
He had a black flag. He had a speed penalty, I believe. He's had to come back down, serve it under green.
Yeah, Brown, I think you made a point there that's pretty interesting. Yeah, we don't have any experience with these cars. I know more about turning right in an Xfinity car than I know about these cars. So I'm sitting here watching and learning too.
Well, we know it's a rear end mounted transaxle now instead of the traditional transmission that's mounted right behind the engine. There's a drive shaft between the engine and the transaxle on the back axle now. So they got a 5-speed sequential shift transmission now. It's just a straight up down. It's not an H pattern shift. The bodies are completely different. There's vents and air passages and stuff that weren't on the previous Gen 6 car. The number's in a different place on the side of the car, which I'm still trying to get used to that.
Strange.
One thing that's different about this league, the next gen cars from the other stuff we broadcasted too, is the next gen car has the new damage model, does it not?
I
don't know.
I can't remember if they turned that back on or not. I know.
Well, they're composite bodies, so it's going to make a little different damages. Looks like Alabama Old Man's talking about we're live on Numb Thumbs Gaming Radio, so that's cool. That's even more people listening and tuning in, even though we can't count them. We need to count them. We're going to count them as, hopefully they're enjoying what we're seeing out there on the track and at least listening what's going on.
They got some exciting things going over there at Numb Thumbs right now. And, the guys listening on Numb Thumbs Gaming Radio right now, they might be playing American Truck Simulator. They might be playing DayZ, which is a pretty cool new, it's like a zombie survival building game. It's pretty neat. But they play all kinds of stuff. If you're interested in that, looking for a community of people to join that really care about one another and have a lot of fun playing games with each other, go check out Numb Thumbs Gaming. 44 is looking really low the last couple of laps. He's sticking right on that double yellow. He's losing a little momentum now, though.
Yeah, and he's got to be careful about that. Even in the tri-oval, there's just enough difference in that banking. Once when you hit that yellow line, man, you can start scuffing your car up and bouncing all over the place, and it makes it all that much more difficult to really drive around the racetrack here. As we got some bobbing and weaving going down, everybody trying to pick a new lane here, everybody stacking back up. We had to probably more numbers on the outside line as they were thinking that line was going up towards the front, and now everyone's moving back on down to that bottom line as this race is still being led by that 76 of Richard Hurst with that one of Derek Welsh right there behind him. And I mean, both drivers are clear. They could dive down to that bottom lane if they wanted, but I guess they're feeling more comfortable kind of up there, up high and towards the middle.
Well, DW, as we three know, has been quoted many times saying, I hate super speedway racing, I hate plate track pack racing, but look where he's at. I mean, I feel bad though because something always happens to the man.
Well, it's plate track. That's what's supposed to happen. You don't want to be sitting there number one as this thing goes into final turn
Number
4.
one target.
Yeah. But right now we're looking at 1 through 13. We have a really good race going on up here up front.
Yeah. These next gen cars, they are pretty quick. Glad to see when they put, start putting more horsepower back in them. Somebody coming down pit road there.
Tom Barish, is that who that is? Barish. My bad. I mean, we're new here, guys, so go ahead and punch us in the face.
Definitely reach out and let us know if we're saying your name wrong. Yeah.
We're learning.
no contact. 73 going spinning down towards the inside. That's 7th place car, Mark Brown. He's sliding back up onto the track into the outside wall. Still green. The way these bumpers are shaped, you've got to be perfectly square on somebody before you start pushing them or giving them a little tap. They are not very forgiving at all.
Yeah, and then when you get down in the grass, it's just basically like driving on ice. You can't really do any kind of controlling of the vehicles. So luckily he only took out himself, but that was still pretty ugly for him.
Well, he had to tow, so he's going to end up a few laps down here. And if he hadn't used it already, he's going to be using a fast repair as hard as he hit that wall. Yeah, you'll remember they pitted at lap 27. Most of the guys did, or lap 28, depending on who you were watching. But we did have an early caution, so guys saved some fuel during that. But we've had a long green flag stretch here, so these guys are using quite a bit more fuel.
Yeah, and if you're leader of whatever pack you're in, you're going to be using more fuel than the guy behind you. So
running wide open, that's for sure. That's a good point.
Yeah, well, while we are now single file here for probably the foreseeable future, a little separation between the packs. We have Richard Hurst, Derek Welsh, Rob Chowdhury, Eric Thornton, Jason Kraft, Gerald Duffin, and Kevin Delia is going to lead that chase pack. They're about 2.5 seconds back. They do have some solid numbers there with Joseph Hoggard, Ryan Pandicio, Juan Jimenez, Dana Shepard, the double O Joe Bennett, and then we got a big gap back down to Bristol Thompson and Gavin Ray. But how about we talk about some of the great sponsors we have here at Numb Thumbs. We've got DEP Graphics coming on for the full season. Thank you to them, as well as ButtKicker. If you guys have ever experienced a ButtKicker, you know it just brings the in-sim kind of feeling up to that next level. So be sure to be on the lookout and pick up yourself a ButtKicker little product there. Same thing with AdminBoxx, proud sponsor for the Pole Award here at Numb Thumbs Racing League, as it provides the great tool for some of these admins here. I know a lot of times it kind of stinks just to be out there watching the race rather than driving in it. Well, with an AdminBoxx, these admins are going to be able to jump on out there and drive with these guys and be able to control this race at a quick push of a button. So make sure you go ahead and check AdminBoxx out and pick something up there, as well as we had some action there early on with Davidson Builders. They are the official action replay sponsor of Numb Thumbs Racing League, so make sure you go check out Davidson Builders. I believe, if I remember correctly, they're based out of the kind of northern New Jersey area.
Well, and you can check them out. Their website's Davidson-builders.com. There is a Davidson Builders that doesn't have the hyphen. That's not the one you want to go to, folks. You want to visit our Davidson Builders here. Davidson-builders.com.
So So we're now down to it. 25 laps here left to go with Richard Hurst out in front. These guys have now put together a pretty good green flag run as that chase pack of Kevin Delia and trying to catch up to that back of the 91 Gerald Duffin. They are making up ground just a little bit, so it really helps to be in that single file. I think we've seen some of these guys lose the most time when it's been too wide, which, I mean, it's kind of goes with the flow here at these plate tracks, but it's been very surprising watching the difference. You can see that front pack, they've been running that middle to high line, and it looks like that 43 is starting to pick up on it, and he's been running that middle to high line.
That's what Albert Anderson joining us over there on YouTube as well, saying them boys really making that high line work. And we haven't seen that in a lot of the broadcasting we've done at super speedways. Definitely something different about this car up there.
Absolutely, as here comes that 43 with a big old group behind him. That's going to allow him to carry a little bit more speed as they're going to start to sniff that draft coming from that lead pack a little bit more. So instead of riding around at 195, 196, they're going to probably jump up to a solid 201, 202, and they're going to be able to really eat up some time here on this lead pack.
And that'd make for some more interesting stuff out there on the track. What are we thinking? 54, 55, 56 for the lap count for our next pit stop, somewhere in there?
Probably pretty close. Some of these guys might try to kind of split it. If we don't get a caution, they may kind of try to split to keep their car consistent over the remainder of this race, because now it's a one-stop race. We got a money stop coming, and yeah, we'll see if you're right. We'll see if we get it around 56.
Yeah, that we will. How about we check in with some of the drivers that we really haven't mentioned a heck of a lot so far this race. The 17 of Bryant Newingham. Looks like he's going to be making a dive here down onto pit road. This is going to be his second go around here, making that pit stop. He's had a okay day. He's up 7 spots on the day so far. He's in 20th, a few laps down, I think, getting tagged up in that first incident there. So unfortunate start for Bryant, but he's trying to put together some extra work. Same thing with that 9 of Tommy Welsh. We've seen him kind of side slap that wall a couple of extra times, and he's going to be trying to make up some ground here, as well as maybe some connection issues happening as well from that 9.
Well,
we're getting really crowded out here, Adam.
Yeah, well, going into the front stretch right there, it looked like Kevin Delia had a little issue. Got kind of went up the track. Joseph Haggard, I want to say Haggard, like Merle, but Hoggard kind of hit him a little bit, run into him. They kept it straight somehow. No caution came out, but it definitely slowed him down. Guys are calling their pits right now.
The leader, so. Leader calling, saying he's pitting. You got some 3 wide cars back here. They're going to have to wait a little while before they pit. Yeah. They're not going to be able to get down.
They still have a back straightaway to kind of figure things out here before heading off into turns 3 and 4, and then these guys will make that dive down into pit lanes for their final pit stops of this race, barring any more cautions or anything like that. Of course, this field being led by that 76 of Richard Hurst. As here they go, coming on down into pit lane. Let's watch this gaggle of cars make it down through. Looks like everyone going to be doing a pretty good entrance there from a lot of these guys. And that's going to leave the 43, 663, 64, 2, and 44 out there on the racetrack right now, putting in a few extra laps.
It's almost worth, just staying out just to see if there's a caution caused by guys coming onto and off of pit road.
Well, the 22 of Eric Thornton looked like he had a little bit of a bad pit box entry. Kind of had to overshot it and back into it. Took a couple tires, so he'll be fine.
I'm definitely getting some thunder and lightning here, so if I drop out, you'll know why.
As the leaders are dealing with a little bit of lap traffic right now. So we're kind of too wide up here at the front. The 67, Nathan Stanley is kind of leading the charge on the outside there. He's a lap or two down. Same thing with I think the 64 of Joseph Hoggard. He's going to be trying to maybe ride that train, pick up a little extra speed here, and just to see what's going to happen as these guys head off down into turns 3 and 4. And I think they're probably going to be jumping down into the pits here in just a second.
And Bobby Duffield, who is being scored 9 laps down, joining us on YouTube, saying, seemed like a brake check to him on the first lap. Everybody bottled up. He spun out. Yellow's out.
Ooh.
Think you got there.
Looks like the number 3, Chris Youth Jr. is in the grass. I don't know how he got there.
He spin coming out of pit lane, but he was well off the racing surface all by himself down there. Man, I'm trying to see really what caused that. Caused that caution. Really not finding anything. I think Gavin Ray was already down in the pits. He was he was already making his way down into the pits. So
what's interesting, and I was going to mention it, but we had a lot going on. 99, Jason Kraft had the same issue coming out of the pits. There was no caution thrown. It just slowed him down quite a bit, and he lost some positions. So gives him a chance to stack back up here, I guess.
Yeah, so we're going to have our second yellow of the night here with 16 laps remaining. By the time we go back to green flag racing, we're going to be inside of probably 13 to go. So these guys that stayed out, unfortunately, kind of a bad break for them. They needed that caution to come out when they were coming out of the pit lane for them to stay up there at the front. Because now when they come down, they're going to be trickling on back to the rear end of the field.
Well, and as Adam likes to mention, anything can happen here at a super speedway. I don't know if that's the case as much with the next gen cars. So it's a little bit harder to pass and stuff in these cars, so I'm told. But you still got a chance to work your way up here. It's not over. There's quite a few laps left. I think we're going to go green here with probably about 12 laps to go. It'll be an interesting finish to this deal.
Yeah, you're not kidding, as here we go. We get those guys that stayed out that first go-around coming down into pit lane. So that's going to give that 76 of Richard Hurst the lead back with Derek Welsh there in second. We'll let things kind of cycle around. And how about we talk to one of these drivers here tonight?
Good.
Well, as we kind of scrolling through my little board here, waiting for everybody to kind of settle into place.
Yeah, Hurst might be a good one. He's led so much of this thing, and then pitted before that yellow came out. He's on track right now.
All right, sounds good to me. Let's get that 76 up here into the booth.
See, he's in NTR. I'm trying to get him. Hold on just a second. Hey, Richard, this guy's up at the booth. You got us?
Yes, sir. I got a copy.
Hey, man, you've been doing really well out there tonight, leading a ton of laps, especially in this kind of second half of the race after that first caution. Nice long green flag run, and finally getting another caution here, getting things all stacked back up. Been noticing a little kind of back and forth motion with a lot of these cars in the draft. Are these things kind of squirrely once when you get a big pack together?
Yeah, especially when you get a car in front and behind, it does get a little bit squirrely. But luckily, I got my teammate behind me. He knows how to push very well. That's going to be Derek Welch in that number 1 car. He knows how to push very well. He's been giving me a lot of room, and we've been, doing what we have to on the backstretch, pretty much getting bumper to bumper. But if it weren't for him pushing me, I don't think I'd be up where I'm at. So we're going to try to get Numb Thumbs gaming a 1-2 finish here at least.
Well, being up front, is that a good feeling or a bad feeling here as you come into the latter part of this race? I tend to believe it sometimes can be a curse. So what are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts are you're the guy that everybody hates at this moment, so I don't like being in first. But we're going to see what we can do with it. I got Derek on my outside. We're going to see if we can get nose to tail. We're going to try to make that high line work. That's been really working for us this whole night. So that high line is very fast in these cars.
Well, good luck to you and the rest of the NTR team, man. We'll holler at you later.
Thank you.
All right, and that was the current leader, 76, of Richard Hurst. As we get ready to go back to green flag racing here, things getting stacked up side by side once again. 76 and the 1 side by side, with the 24 and the 91 going to be starting here side by side. Same thing with the 22 and the 00, Eric Thornton and 00, Joe Bennett in 5th and 6th. Paul Ferdiani and Juan Jimenez are going to be starting in that row number 4, with row number 5 having the 663 of Panic at the Disco, Ryan Pandicio, and the 64 of Joseph Hoggard. As that pace car comes on down into pit lane, 13 laps to go here as they enter the Geico restart zone. Going back to green flag racing. It looks like that one maybe checked up that backside, the high line a little bit, just to make sure that Richard Hurst could jump up there to him. As, man, they're going to really try to make that outside line work here once again, as everybody's all stacked up nice and beautiful, heading off down into turns 1 and 2. Look at that 91 of Gerald Duffin. He's going to use that inside line, maybe carry a little bit extra momentum there. He's going to have 00 Joe there sitting right behind him, giving him a big old push, as it looks like the 22 of Eric Thornton as well joining that bottom line, with the 2 of Juan Jimenez as well.
So great pushing we're seeing up here in the middle of the pack. Here's the deal, though. You can't push the pusher, right? You've heard Richard Hurst talk a little bit about it, having a car in front of you and having a car right behind you kind of disrupts your airflow. But if you're actually making contact with the rear bumper of a car who's pushing somebody else, have physically contacted another car in front of them, it could send all 3 of y'all into a spin.
Hey,
He talked about the high line being really good, but right now they can't get that high line together.
I think when everything was single file, that high line was the place to be, but once when you get it stacked back up too wide, it's just all that much more difficult to really get that momentum built up and going. As you had Richard Hurst really kind of falling off the pace there. You have the 2 of Juan Jimenez trying to hop on out there to maybe drag them back up here towards the front. Same thing with the 44 of Dana Shepard. He's going to hop on out there. Oh, it's the 76. We heard it from him. Those things get a little squirrely here when you get cars all around you. And, man, he did a great job saving that race car.
He went for a little bit of a ride, but able to keep it off the wall, it looked like. Albert Anderson says, with this many laps to go, it's time to shoot those dice. It's all or nothing time. Jim Russell thinks there's another big one coming. And, yeah, all the 3 wide you're seeing out there, Adam, he might be right.
Well, Richard Hurst is the one throwing dice in Waco right now. You better watch out. He's going to get those snake eyes.
Ooh, little side drafting action up here towards the front with Eric Thornton in that 45 as well. I think that 45 of Bristol Thompson, he's a lap down, and he's currently in this middle of the pack. So he's trying to get his lap back the hard way, probably hoping if he gets up to the front and a caution comes out, man, he gets a freebie.
Yeah, being in position to get that wave around is very important when you're a lap down. So you'll see guys battling for that. That is for position. As, whoa, Hurst got a little high there. The 09 did not move from that middle line. These cars are getting really big runs, and then they have to get out of the gas completely to prevent that from demolishing the guy's bumper in front of them.
Yeah, you're not kidding. As let's take a look from the roof of wrong button. Look from the roof of the 64. Joseph Hoggard, who's kind of like towards the tail end of this main lead pack, currently riding around there in 12th as he's getting a big run, moving up to the outside. You can just see what that draft does. Not quite the turbo tunnel effect that we're going to be seeing here tomorrow night, but still, he's going to move up quite a few positions here, especially when he comes out of turn number 4.
Duffin still leading this thing. Bennett right there with him. We saw Joseph Bennett. I was watching him earlier in the race. He got up on the high line, and he was pushing some cars, and they all ditched him. And he lost a lot of positions, but kudos to Joseph in the 00. He worked his way back up there to second place, and they got a pretty solid line on the low side right now. Do we think another comeback's coming for the outside line as they get more organized?
Well, Hurst just went back to the outside, and he's kind of leading that pack. The 3's trying to push him, but it's just not working out right now.
Yeah, I guess it depends on how good you can get organized. As we're 3 wide now again with the 99 of Kraft on the inside there. He is the meat in the sandwich. Contact.
Ooh, boy, we got a car up there in the wall.
That's Kraft. Oh, and he comes back down another car. Yeah, he's spinning out a little bit back there.
He's able. Oh, that right front wheel, man. That thing is barely hanging on. He's gonna drift it down into the grass and get it back around, hopefully to the pit road at some point. As we're gonna remain green here with 7 laps to go here at the season opener at Daytona.
Here comes that aggression, Adam. We've been talking about it and starting to show. Guys taking a little bit more of a chance, with trying to split in between guys and stuff and going a lot of 3 wide. 3 wide at Daytona is a little bit harder than 3 wide at Talladega.
Yeah, it's a little bit more narrow and maybe breed some fights, man. Let's get this thing rocking. Who wants to argue with who? Somebody's going to do somebody wrong tonight.
Yes, sirree, as we can see here, the field of a mixed bag of cars. You had the 45 Bristol Thompson. Same thing with the 3 of Chris Muth, who's also a lap down here. He's trying to make that pass on the 45 at some point to get that lucky dog spot back away from him. You can see the 1 of Derek Welsh trying to catch back up to the 76, his teammate. Oh, he's going to just dive right on out there to the outside with the run he has, maybe hoping the 76 would fall in right behind him, but that run goes away mighty quick here, and he's going to drop back down into the bottom lane here with 5 laps to go.
Ooh, Yahtzee. You're seeing some of these cars run such different speeds, running together and running each other down, and gaps just disappear before you know it.
As here
a
we
lot
go.
of movement up front there, Brown.
You ain't kidding. As 00 Joe Bennett's going to jump on out to that outside lane, try to get even with that 91 of Gerald Duffin. He's got some help from that 22 of Eric Thornton giving him a big old push here, as that 76 of Richard Hurst isn't going away either. He's going to stick right there with the 91 of Duffin.
Well, they're getting other drivers in the mix. You got kind of guys a few lap down, hanging out with the big boys up front. This interesting stuff right here.
And we got about 6 lead lap cars up here in this main pack, all within a quarter of a second of each other. Oh, the 76 goes down to the apron. Thankfully, he has his teammate right there behind him to let him back up onto the track safely. But that's going to slow that bottom line down quite a bit. 00 Joe's going to be able to drop down in front. Same thing with that 22 of Eric Thornton. As you can see, that 3 of Chris Muth is now sitting in that good spot of getting that lucky dog if a caution comes out here late. 4 laps now remain, and as this slicing and dicing really starts to heat up here, as we're also side by side with that 76 and the 91. Hurst and Duffin back here for fourth. Do we have any green-white checkers available to us here tonight?
Well, that's something we're going to have to do some research and gathering on. Oh, we're sideways 51.
91, 45 getting all tagged up into it. I think the
45, 91. Yep.
Yeah, 3 getting involved in it as well. No, the 3 is A-OK. That's going to cause another big rift. So we only have a few guys here in the kind of a top few spots, as the one of Derek Welsh is now just outside of that draft. He's going to try to hang on to his teammate, the 76 of Richard Hurst, but they're going to be losing a big chunk of time here to 00 Joe Bennett as the caution flag is waved.
Yeah, and that solves a problem. We are going to have a green-white. We got 3 of them. 3 green-white checkers available to us, and we're going to start our first one after this.
So we
Yeah,
take
the 45 looked like he caught kind of the worst end of that deal, and heavy impact down there on the infield.
So let's go ahead and head on up to our eyes in the skies for our official chopper cam here, trying to see exactly what happened as the 76 just tagged that outside corner panel of the 91 as the 45 goes for a wild ride through that infield. Man, oh man, I'm glad this thing is a simulation and not really not real life, because some of these guys will be bruised, beaten, and battered for sure. That's Bristol Thompson definitely getting the kind of rougher end of that stick.
Yeah, the 91 took the brunt of it too. Just a little bit of contact there at high speed. You can't really help that there at Daytona.
Yeah, so green-white checker racing to finish off the season opener here at Daytona, which is, I mean, not how these drivers necessarily like to finish it, but man, as an announcer, this is what we're here for.
Yahtzee.
Yeah, these guys are good on fuel. Some of these guys might be coming in to get a little bit of damage fixed, but it's going to be an exciting finish for sure. Nancy Boylan says, not the way he had this one planned. I think she was talking about the 99. But, yeah, Bennett and the 00 is going to be leading this thing.
Yeah, and of course he's hoping that caution didn't fly, because he was pretty much well clear. It was going to be a 2-car race between him and the 22 of Eric Thornton. And, I mean, they had the 3 of Chris Muth, who did get his lap back as the lucky dog from that caution. So we're going to have 12 cars on this lead lap when we get back to green flag racing. So a lot of these guys, though, like Derek Welsh, who had fallen off the draft, Bay Area Rob Chowdhury, who'd fallen off, the 2 of Juan Jimenez, this is going to get that field all stacked back up, and we're going to have a really good finish here tonight.
See, this is what I live for right here. I love watching this kind of stuff. Albert Anderson asking, who's going to make the money move? We're going to see somebody change lanes, drag some people with them, give somebody a great push. Who's going to make that money move that makes the difference on the last lap of this thing? And one thing's for sure, we're probably going to see it coming out of turn 4, coming into the tri-oval. So stay tuned, Albert. We're going to find out together, buddy.
Yeah, that is for sure. So as of right now, we're going to have 00 Joe Bennett up here with Eric Thornton side by side as the lights on the pace car turn off. So they're going to stack it right back on up and get ready to go back to green flag racing here. Got Derek Welsh and Bay Area Rob Chowdhury in that 24. Going to be stacking up side by side for row number 2. Row number 3, we're going to have Juan Jimenez in the 2 with the 663 of Ryan Pendicio in there as well. Kevin Delia and 64 of Joseph Hoggard are going to be row number 4. Gerald Duffin in the 91 and the 44. Dana Shepard are going to be the last few cars here in that top 10, with Richard Hurst rounding out the lead lap cars there in 11th.
So Hurst is not out of it. I mean, he's led all these laps. He was a leader quite a bit. If something happens in the front end of this deal, he could just kind of stay low and stay out of the way. He's still got a shot. A lot of these guys still have a shot at winning this deal.
Well, it also, you know, the three of Chris Muth, who this is kind of a blessing in disguise for him. He's going to be having an EOL for that lucky dog that he received. So he's going to be able to have all the room in the world. If something crazy happens up there in front of him, he's going to be able to slice and dice his way through. And, I mean, I don't know if he'll be able to pick up a win, but he can definitely make up a ton of positions because we've seen it time and time again. People coming from 10th, 12th, 13th, all the way on back, just being able to get up through this field cleanly.
And attrition positions are still positions. I'll take them any day of the week. Yeah, let people wreck out or have damage in front of me. I'll take them.
As here we go. Strap on those drinking helmets, buckle it on up, throw inhibition out the window. Green-white checker racing here for the season opener at Numb Thumbs Racing League. Great start there for Double O Joe Bennett on that inside line. He's got that one of Derek Welsh pushing him. Also the two of Juan Jimenez. On the outside line, Eric Thornton's hoping for a little bit more help on that outside line as everyone's bobbing and weaving, jiggling, jaggling, and trying to find that spot to get them that extra couple feet here as they come down this back straightaway.
We got a tandem of cars here, the 22 and the 24 kind of working together, getting some good pushes. The 22 doesn't look like he's going to have enough to get in front of the 00 as we come around, getting ready to take this white flag here in just a second.
Yeah, side by side they go into this tri-oval, and it's going to be side by side, taking that white flag. So here we go, last lap of this race. No more cautions, no more nothing, as we're three wide here with the 43, the 64, and the 24.
A lot of three wide right here in the front pack. Is that the Rob Chowdhury in the 24? Got the bad end of that deal. He's on the outside line, moving back. Big contact, and the 24's around.
Oh, and that is happening in the rear end of this field, so we still have a pretty big gap up here, or a group up here at the front as they head off down into turns 3 and 4. That one of Derek Welsh is pushing that 00 for all it's worth. That 22 is trying to hope for a little bit of a run from that 64. He's going to dive down to the inside lane. Contact with the 00 Joe. He's going to get wrecked. Same thing with, oh no, as the 64 is with a big run. Going to cross the line here with the win, followed by Ryan Pandicio and the one of Derek Welsh. Derek Welsh just lost every single ounce of help he had as that bottom line wrecked behind him.
Mayhem and carnage. That's what I like to see. That was
Calling
awesome.
that last lap, Brown. That was an amazing finish. That was a kind of a case of push the pusher that caused that front car to wreck out.
Oh, the two of Juan Jimenez just gets up in there and takes out all the help there. And like I said, Derek Welsh just loses every single bit of help that he had to really make the run. But man, that 64 on that far outside lane, man, he made the boldest call of them all, and he made it work to pick up the season opener win.
And Ryan Birdman, Brandon Hawkins Racing, and Adam Strom all saying, "Wow, what a finish!" You know, and if this race is going to set the tone, you know, as we said in our Facebook post earlier today, you know, I can't wait to see what's next because these guys put on one heck of a show in these new Cup cars.
Yeah, that we will. So we're gonna let these guys cool down a little bit and try to celebrate this great finish here as man, I gotta cool myself down. Dang.
Yeah, well, I think some people got turned and they got learnt right there at the end. see if we can have some fun with that throughout the rest of the season.
Albert Anderson said that was the money move right there, the 64. We did see the 64 trying to utilize kind of like a turbo tunnel deal right there and kind of split the two lanes, the upper and lower lanes, and he was side drafting, trying to move his way up through it. And so much of that's luck, but, I mean, he took a risk, and it paid off for him.
Yeah, it really looked like 22 of Eric Thornton pushed the pusher with started the first accident there or crash, and then he got turned as well. So, man, that was wild though. Good time.
Yeah, you're not kidding us. Just kind of waiting for people to join us in this podium chat channel to bring people on up.
Yeah, they may not be used to that here. That's kind of our thing. We'll see if we can talk to some of these guys. I don't know what we got going on next week here, but I think it's going to be pretty fun.
It should be.
Starting to get some folks populate the podium room.
Yeah, so let's start things off with our because we have some business to deal with Derek Welsh kind of towards the end of these interviews. So we'll start things off with our second place finisher here tonight, and that's going to be that 663. Ryan, please tell us how to pronounce your last name.
That would be Pendicio.
Pandisio. Ryan Pandisio with a great move here to finish this race off in second place, bringing that 663 home. Man, Ryan, I know these races, especially plate tracks, when they get on down to green-white checker finishes, we know anything can happen. But, man, just walk us through that final lap as it just pandemonium happened, and it looked like you were on the right side of the stick on it.
Well, I honestly don't know. I didn't think I would go to the try going to the lead right there, and then Joseph went 3 wide on me, and well, him being my teammate, I decided to follow him, and it seemed to work out.
Well, talk a bit about this next gen car. Do you have much experience in it, and what are the big differences that you've seen between the next gen and maybe the Gen 6 that has maybe been a little bit harder to overcome? We know there's some aero differences or really prominent at these plate tracks. Is that kind of what you're seeing?
They're a little different from the Gen 6. Actually, they're a lot different from really any other oval car. If I had to compare it to something, it's like a V8 supercar with a bigger tire and probably twice as heavy.
Well, I mean, not a bad way to start the thing. Getting the podium finish. Is it Panic at the Disco? Ryan Panic at the Disco? Is that your nickname? That's what we heard out there.
Was posting that in YouTube.
I've heard that through different leagues or a bunch of different leagues.
So it may or may not stick. But if I'm right, I'm looking at next week. I think it's Twin Ring. What are your thoughts on that?
Twin Ring? I don't think I've ever raced there.
Perfect.
Oh, you're in for a rude awakening, buddy. They're gonna have to use a custom setup for that one. I think Twin Ring Motegi is a little bit different. NASCAR went there in the 90s. I think Mike Skinner won a race there, but well, good luck next week, man. It was good talking to you.
Alrighty, thank you.
Well, actually, before we let you go, do you have any shout-outs or anything like that you want to pull down out to the airwaves to some of your fans?
Shout out to my sponsor, Docket. Been great having them on this year. And shout out to the rest of my team. They did really good work tonight.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Ryan, for taking the time up here with us, and congratulations on that second place finish here tonight.
Thank you.
All right, and so with that, we'll bring up our race winner, and that's going to be Joe Hoggard in that 64 with arguably the move of the race, going all the way outside, making it 3 wide, cutting it all the way down to the line, and picking up the win here tonight in the season opener at Daytona. Joseph, congratulations, and just talk about the decision-making there on that final lap.
Well, thank you first and foremost. I don't know what to say. My chat, I'm a streamer as well, but my chat is it was like using lessons learned from his father. He goes from 8th to first on the final lap. It was that was. I don't know. I felt kind of weary about the start of the last lap. I had to take it low 3 wide on my teammate Ryan. Just chucked it up in there and then just did not lift. came into the backstretch wondering what was going to do. I poked my nose out the 22 through a block, so I just said, okay, I'm gonna lay the throttle into you, and just kept going and going. Almost turned him a couple times in the corner because I was trying to make sure I didn't lose the momentum. And then I don't know what really happened, but it looked like he went low, and next thing I know, I have the momentum on the outside looking towards the lead, and out dragged him to the line.
Yeah, and your teammate Ryan mentioned that when he saw the move you made, he said, "Well, in not so many words, crash, burn, or win. I'm with my teammate. I'm going to go and do what he does." And man, y'all made it work for you. Albert Anderson out there in YouTube land said, who's going to make the money move of the race? And I think it's pretty much unanimous. The 64 machine made the money move of the race. It was exciting watching you out there today.
Thank you so much. I would like to thank DEP for sponsoring me. He's been doing my paints for a while. He's got probably more than 24 paints that he's done for me, and every single one of them's beautiful. I'm in another league, and I'm getting compliments in that league as well. It's just he does such a good job with his paint schemes.
Awesome, man. What about next week? Twin ring. I don't know how to say that English.
Motegi. Twin ring Motegi.
Yeah, whatever. Have you ever raced there before?
I have
what are you
never
thinking?
raced there. I have never raced there. I would say that my strong suits are on super speedways, road courses, and short tracks. I'm not the strongest on the intermediate track, so I'm not too upset to go to a short track. Because Twin Ring, isn't that a short track?
I don't know.
It's kind of like a Darlington-shaped track, but it's huge. It's a super speedway.
Well,
in
never
Japan.
mind.
It's
I
gonna
don't
be
know.
nuts, dude.
I'm gonna be learning. I'm gonna be learning as we're going. Put in some practice this week and see what happens.
I don't even know what it is, but it sounds like we're gonna have some fun. Hey, man, congrats.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, and so with that, we can bring up the man, the myth, the legend, and the keeper of all things crazy. That's Mr. Derek Welsh, bringing that one machine home on the podium. Derek, we all know you're the biggest fan of these plate track racing, and you actually got saved by that caution there late. You were kind of out of the draft there, but still in it. Just kind of lost all the help behind you.
I don't know who you've been talking to that I like super speedways, but I feel bad right now for Joe Bennett. I was going to stay behind him. I was going to go. He's my teammate over there at HCK, so it's kind of like a teammate bleeding in over here. So I was going to stay 1-2 with him and push him towards the win. And 22 got in rear of me, caused me to give Bennett a little bit more of a bump than I wanted to, and spin him out. I was down there talking to him. That's one reason I didn't get up here. But it was a good race. Beginning of the race, I was having a little bit of steering issues. I kind of hit the 9 or 0-9 on accident. I went up on them, and these cars, they handle a whole lot different than trucks or these other cars do. I tell you what, but they're fun to drive.
Yeah, we talked about that some. We talked about pushing the pusher, and we heard a lot about that and how you can't do that, especially in this car. You pretty much have to push somebody perfectly square as well. But yeah, we definitely feel your pain there with Joseph Bennett. I mean, he had a great start to this deal, and then he got hung out to dry at least once that I saw, with no help in the draft there for a little bit, and worked his way back up. And hey, man, it kind of looked like you on a weekly basis at another super speedway league where you just, stuff just happens to you. And yeah, our heart goes out to him, but congrats on the third place tonight.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I went down there, Joe Bennett. He's mad at me. I said, "Man, look at the replay before you fuss at me." But it's all good. Like I said, me and Joe's we're teammates over there. We're hoping to go over there and HCK and kind of double team on them a little bit and hopefully pull a championship out over there. But But yeah, it was a good race. I'm excited for. I think we got Michigan up next, I believe. I'm not sure.
Well, if I'm looking at the schedule right, and I could be wrong, it looked like Twin Ring. I could have bad information though. Yeah,
Yeah, it's Michigan. I'm looking at the schedule. It's
it's
Michigan.
Michigan. Okay, so I'm wrong all the way around. So just start all the
You're
things.
looking at the wrong schedule.
Yeah, they got 15 leagues. What the hell you want me to do? These guys
we
are
got-
doing everything. Michigan, all right. Well, hell, I know how to do that. I can teach you how to win there. But what do you think about that track?
It runs like a super speedway. I've never really run the next gen cars out there. I'm pretty sure the high line's gonna be the line to run. Seems like next gens, it's always a high line. It seems like with these cars. I'm just waiting for Martinsville. You asked me how I like a track. Ask me when Martinsville comes up.
Awesome, man. Well, I know we have some other business to get to, so before we get to that, how about any shout-outs there for you?
My teammates, Cubby and Mark, they had a rough time. Cubby, I had to check up for a car, and just Mark rear-ended me, and I didn't mean for him. That pretty much put him out of the race. But me, Cubby, Mark, and Richard Hurst. Me and Richard Hurst was running together most of the race on that high line, tag teaming, and shout out to him and everybody at None Thumbs Gaming. And looks like they're piling back up in here to watch this drawing. So, and DEP painting. He paints all my cars. I don't know why y'all showing the Tide Ride, but I was sporting the None Thumbs Gaming car tonight, and he does all my paints. So.
Yeah, I think
Shout out to him.
Trading Paints was having one of its little kind of whatever.
I
things
couldn't
going
see it
on.
either. I think it was having a conniption too.
But I could see the Numb Thumbs racing car. So I don't know. It's just one of those things that kind of like me saying we're at Twin Ring next week. Hell no. Michigan.
Yeah.
Well, Derek, I know we have one final thing to get to, and that is this fun drawing that we have left. So if you want to bring up the other admins here and...
Yeah, let me get Mr. Doug over here. I'll be right.
He's gonna bring up Doug, who's one of the admins of Numb Thumbs.
Well, and let's just be honest. This is our first week here with these guys, so we're working out the kinks on our end, especially me.
Yep, that's right.
He should be here any second. He's over there playing DayZ.
All right.
we talked about that too. How you guys, it's not just an iRacing deal. Numb Thumbs gaming community, you guys do all kinds of fun stuff, and yeah, me and Brown are definitely involved in it. And so what y'all got to tell us here?
Well, we got a headset we're giving away. It's been up for grabs for I don't know a couple months now. I'm surprised more people hasn't signed up for it, but yeah, we're giving away a Astro A40s, and I've heard they're better than A50s. What I've heard, but that's what I got. A50s, but
yeah, I currently do use a pair of those Astro A40s with the Mixamp Pro and all that, and when I say it is the most comfortable headset I've ever worn, I've done, real life piloting of aircraft, and those headsets are pretty good because I mean you gotta wear that pretty much the entire time, and same thing with trucking and having a headset there. When I say these things are the most comfortable thing, I don't think I've ever had an issue wearing it for 24 plus hours in any of these endurance races. It just, they don't feel like they're there. They cup the ears nice. So whoever's going to win this thing is going to get a really nice pair of headphones here tonight.
Cadillac, baby.
Right on. But I just want to say before we do the drawing, like everybody at None Thumbs Gaming, I love y'all to death. NTRL. We've been able to fill up every lead we do. And Next Gen's been kind of a rough go at it, trying to get these guys to race these cars because they've been. I think everybody's so scared of these cars because they just when they first came out, they drive horrible. But we're able to get 30 plus cars in here, and like it's just this is a thank you. This is the way we say thank you to everybody at None Thumbs Gaming and NTRL for coming, supporting us, and do what they do. And I'm gonna let Doug take over, say what he wants to say, and we'll do the drawing.
Yeah, just a big shout out to everybody, all the admins, and everyone taking care of all the leagues. And it's a hell of a lot of work. I know DW's been pretty swamped in the iRacing stuff, so it's nice to see our admins and everybody else pick up the slack and taking charge. It's just it's pretty awesome seeing how the community comes together and keeps it going.
Alrighty, so then without further ado, once when I hit this generate button, man, this is going to be the winner of this fantastic headset that you guys are giving away. Hopefully everyone's still hanging around in chat for it. So here we go, and it's going to be whoever number 41 is, which is James Bowden. He is not a driver. So James Bowden, are you over there in our chat? Please notify us that you're hanging out with the rest of us here.
I guarantee that man's in bed.
No?
I guarantee he's in bed.
I hope not.
I'm Slim. I guarantee he's in bed.
Might be wrong. How long are we waiting? Is there like a time limit on this?
Well,
like
let's give him a minute and let's talk about what Colin Cooker talking about. Make sure you join Numb Thumbs Gaming. Sign up for the Smash for Cash. They got a race coming up August 6th at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you get in and get a part of that Discord. We're going to drop a link to the Numb Thumbs Gaming Discord, so you can get in there and see what all these guys do, all the games and sims that they participate in, and special events and giveaways. And it's just, you guys do all kinds of cool stuff over there. And just like this giveaway is, we got any response yet from him?
I have not. We've seen Mr. Tom over there saying Mr. Top 10, but no James Bowden. So I'll let you guys be the decision makers on when to hit that button to redraw, but no response as of yet.
Mr. I'm Slim, I give you 20 more seconds. I think there's a delay on YouTube. I'm not
There is a little bit of delay, yeah.
I'm noticing the delay myself. But yeah, that Smash for the Cash. There's $175 up for grabs for Bash, Smash, whatever it is for the cash.
Smash for cash.
Your Naked HDs, lighten up your chat there.
I know.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
You tell Brown to stay off that stuff. Yeah, but it's gonna be. We're also gonna try to broadcast it on the Numb Thumbs Gaming Twitch channel. So if hopefully we can get more people over there to participate in it, and this is I feel sorry for Slim.
Yeah.
Oh, let's draw another one.
All right, Here we go. Take number 2. It's gonna be number 25. Who is looking at my sheet? Is that First Night? Not a driver?
Night. Not a driver, First Night.
Nice.
I think he's a truck driver, though.
Yeah, he's a truck driver. First
Over there at
Night's truck
Spadium?
driver.
Yep.
I don't know his Discord name. I mean, I don't know his YouTube name. This is what's complicated. First Night. They sign up for drawings, but they're not here to collect their winnings. We have this all the time. We was giving away stairwell. We tried to give away a stairwell not too long ago. We had to go through 6 or 7 names.
Mercy, you think a headset that nice? You know, you have some folks sticking around. Brown, you said you wear that thing all day?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, it's like the ears don't get hot, anything like that. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic, and I mean the sound quality is super good too. Shoot, man, if I could get everything heading through these headphones, man, I wouldn't have any issues whatsoever.
I've worn some of those David Clark aviation headsets before, and you can wear them for a while, but eventually that gasket, you start to get sweaty and stuff in it, and it just gets uncomfortable. You got to pull it off your head for a few minutes.
Yeah, nice cloth ear cups, not leather. So I mean, man,
Is it wired or wireless?
it is
or
it is
Bluetooth,
it
or-
is a wired mic and
those are the
headset.
best ones.
They are extremely good, but they give you a ton of wire. So I mean, I could walk almost 10 feet away from my computer and still be wearing this thing without it getting pulled off my head.
Well, that helps for folks like me and you that run in VR quite a bit, and you do need some room to walk around with that. Yeah, man, comfort's key, especially if you're gonna be in that headset for a while. Come on,
He's
first
here.
night, where you at, buddy?
First night.
I want to give
Yeah,
you something, man.
Because
Bobby
nobody wants to
Dugdale.
win anything.
Bobby said
Bobby-
he'll take it. Oh, Bobby
Yeah,
signed
he-
up for it. Yeah, Bobby signed up for it. You might win it.
Never know.
All right,
said
10
his
seconds. 10 seconds. We'll pick another one.
He said his ears burn up with his. Well, maybe if you click generate again, get us a random number.
I think he had
My
a rough
my
night.
OnlyFans.
I think he had a rough night tonight on the
Yeah,
track.
he did. Lap number 1, I think.
These iRacing, iRacing, it seemed like they don't want to throw the cautions tonight. I have to. I'll go back and look at the race. See when he's. I guess he'll just off the track. I guess. I don't know.
We did have some incidents where we didn't get cars scattered back up in the racing line, and there was nobody coming. So iRacing didn't throw it. NASCAR definitely would have, but iRacing, you know how it is.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it for the guys that got involved in that stuff.
All right,
Well,
well,
another one, I guess.
another number we go. And that's going to be number 29, Hunter Smith, also not a driver.
He's a HCK guy.
Hunter, I hope you're on here watching. Come on, Hunter Smith. Claim your prize there, buddy. We got 23 people still watching on the YouTube stream. Chances are pretty good he might still be on.
Yeah, there is a good chance. As
I feel like we're at the Price is Right, and nobody's coming on down.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, I'd be running down there. I'd probably run through English just to get to this headset.
I'd trip you. I'd trip your ass.
Oh, then I'd do
Yeah.
something with my elbow that I used to do.
we'll see a little. Tom saying, I'm Hunter, but people call me Tom Bearish.
Nice try, Tom. You can't blame that. Give that man an A for effort there.
Oh boy. Yeah, we'll have to send Alan and Adam out there to turn 2 in Pocono and have them figure it out.
Oh, we can do it. If y'all want to see a fight, we'll get down there in there.
Sign me
Yeah.
up. I'll join up.
Yeah.
Pants optional.
I'm not gonna fight you fair though. Fighting fair is stupid.
There's no fair in fighting.
No. There's
But it
not.
has to be in turn 2 because it'd be so fitting. That's where you destroyed my iRacing career.
Well, look, man, that was an accident. I had cold tires.
As a teammate.
Understand? Yeah, I know we were teammates. That should
What?
tell you that I didn't do it on damn purpose.
I've got PTSD since then.
Well, I can't do that.
Well, in the iRacing realm. I got it in the real world for other reasons. All right, what do we got here?
Try another one.
Oh, we give them 30 seconds, I guess.
Yeah, give me a few more seconds.
Generous.
Hey, since we've got the top 2 guys from Numb Thumbs gaming community here, why don't y'all talk a little bit about, why should people join Numb Thumbs? I know why I joined it. I mean, you guys are like-minded like I am. Y'all have a lot of games, Sims that I play, and it's a friendly bunch of guys. But, why should folks go over there and check you guys out?
Well, basically, I mean, it's if you want a game with a, I mean, I know you got, I guess, like the type of games we play, but besides that, I mean, there's people in our community that don't really play the type of games we play, but they just like hanging out and talking with us. Basically, if if you just want to be around a bunch of great guys that's love the game and just cut up all day. I mean, that's kind of a hard question for me to answer, but
It's
uh,
really is a family atmosphere though
yeah,
over there.
yeah,
Well, I don't know. It's a family atmosphere if you're not playing Daisy with us. That's probably
yeah. Daisy's a greasy game, man. It'll
Oh
bring the
man.
worst out of. I'm a shady dude, also Daisy, man. I'm shady. But we all use gaming for a place. I mean, for escape.
It's a
From the real
getaway, yeah.
world, yeah, and it's basically that. If you want to escape and be around a bunch of guys that would do anything and everything for you, and we get guys that just say, I'm just like driving at work. I get a message, hey DW. I say, yeah, here's $200 just to help with stuff in the community. That's wow. We got guys like that just give you money just because they love this place this much. Um, we got guys like that, and we got guys like Cooker. He's I tell you a quick story. We'll go ahead and draw another one, and I'll finish that story.
All right, so here we go. Round number 4. Number 28, which is RA7ICU5. I'm sure that probably spells something out, but I have no idea what that is supposed to mean.
Are you spilling something?
Yeah, man, it's definitely some Discord username, that's for sure.
So he is not a driver in tonight's race, I think.
No, he is not.
Safe to say. But signed up for the giveaway.
He's a Heat 5 guy. I think it's got to do something with racing. I don't know. Let's hope that is what it is.
Brassicus? I don't know how you'd say that.
Give him a minute. Give him a minute, and then we'll go to the next guy.
While we're still talking about it, I mean, go ahead and finish your story there, DW.
Yeah, Colin Cook, he entered us, and if anybody don't know Colin, he's got he's what's he got, Doug? I always forget what he's got. He's got Doug.
I honestly forgot, dude. I forgot. I don't even remember most time because
cerebral palsy.
Yeah,
what it is,
I
yeah.
can't. I'm not going to even
He's
try
like
to say
family.
that.
I just forget. Yeah.
Yeah, well, anyway, he first came in and he got mad. He joined the Heat 5 league. He got so mad because nobody would talk to him because he thought we was not talking to him because of his disability. And he got so mad and he quit the Discord. I'm like, hey, dude, no, we didn't hear you. Your mic was muted or something. So he came back, and this dude has become like a brother to us. I mean, this guy is our star. He does everything for the community. He's a website designer. He puts his life and soul into the community, and he's beyond any member we ever had. And this is his escape. This is his way, and we're his family. And this guy, he's beyond a great addition to our community, and everybody knows Cooker, and we're very, very, very protective of Cooker. And we don't let nobody go the wrong direction with them, and as soon as they do, they're out the door. So he's like our little brother. So
Canadian brother.
He's a Canadian streamer as well. He streams all kinds of stuff, and I know he's in ATS as well.
Yeah, this dude he started off, he was so insecure about himself. He wouldn't take a picture of himself. He wouldn't show nobody what it looked like. And finally we got a picture of him. We was shocked. That I'm a straight dude, there's nothing wrong, anyway. That dude's a handsome young man. That dude, that shocked me. Oh my God! When I do send a picture, I said, "Dude, if I look like you, I'll be showboating, man." But now he'll show his picture on Facebook. He shows his picture right here on YouTube. He's got his picture right beside his name on YouTube. This guy, he's opened up so much
Y'all
since he's
give him
started.
some confidence, you know.
Since he's joined
I
Numb Thumbs
believe so.
Gaming, and that's why he should join us, because I mean it's a great group of guys. Anyway, let's go to the next one.
All right, next one we go. As soon as I can find where my mouse is, there it is. Number 15, who is Wally Ball's Tom Barish.
He's here.
there it is.
He's here. I know he's here, Mr. Wally Balls. That's Tom Barish. Go ahead and get him.
Oh, Tom, that's
Tom, you better.
It'd be something if he got off after the last one.
Oh,
Yep.
no.
He
Come
won't
on,
do it. I
Tom,
think he's going to
Tom.
stay quiet. I don't think he's going to do it. I think he's going to stay quiet on this one.
Tom, you better queue up, boy.
You see, he's sitting in your chat room with Mark and Kyle.
Hey, yeah.
There it is.
There it is.
So we'll bring him
There
up.
you go. Got your winner.
We'll bring him up to you.
Mr. Tom, finally, we worked our way down through the field and we got to you. You had a interesting night here tonight. Not really the finish you wanted, but you know what? There's always a consolation for just hanging around and putting in some effort. And look at that, you're walking away with a pair of brand new headphones.
Yeah, man, that's cool. I guess I just outlasted everybody else that y'all drew for.
Pretty much. I mean, you won by attrition. Hell, I'd take it though.
I'll take it. I'll take it however I can get it. Man, I appreciate it. Y'all do a real good job.
Awesome, man. Well, Derek and Doug, you got any final words before we start to close this thing down?
Congratulations, Tom. This is one of the guys. He's actually one of the guys that'll just message me and say, here's $100, $200, and he helps. Tom's always been there to help the community out, and he's one of the OG members here. He started here with us in Heat 5 leagues, and we got him back. We got him over here in iRacing, and he's a big part of Numb Thumbs Gaming, and you deserve it, brother.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. This is I'm not that good. I'm not somebody that gets up in the front much, but it's always a lot of fun. A good group of people between the racing and the Numb Thumbs Gaming.
Awesome. Well, guys, we appreciate all y'all's time, but we've been here for a good little bit. It's time to shut this big boy down, and we look forward to seeing you guys all around next week.
All right, brother. Appreciate it all.
Sure.
All right. So with that finally concludes the race in action here from Daytona, and boy, oh boy, the race finish was exciting. The suspense for the draw was exciting. Everything is exciting about this Numb Thumbs Racing League.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to next week, and as Adam mentioned, you know, he kind of has Michigan figured out. So we're gonna have to think of some really complicated questions to ask Adam. But yeah, man, looking forward to the rest of the season. It's going to be a great one. This next gen car is something else, and the differences and what we've seen before with other platforms. You know, it's going to be a great season. I can't wait to see the rest of it.
Yeah, looking forward to Michigan. I'm going to put man hours in, trying to learn the new car there. So I'll teach y'all how to win.
Yes, sirree. So let's finish this thing up by the finishing order of today's race. That's going to be the 64. Joseph Hoggard starting the season off right with a big win for that 64 machine. Coming home in first with the 663 of Ryan Gosh, I already forgot how to say his name. Pandicio?
Pandicio.
The 663 finishing in second. In third, we have the one of Derek Welsh. He had a solid night, up 14 spots. But someone who had an even better night is that 91 of Gerald Duffin, hard charger of the day, finishing up 18 spots in fourth. Fifth, we have the 43 of Kevin Delia. He's had a solid top 5 finish, with the 2 of Juan Jimenez finishing just outside there in sixth. 44, Dana Shepard finishes where he starts in 7th place. Same thing with the 3 of Chris Muth Jr. finishing in 8th. Eric Thornton had a solid night in the 22 machine, up 10 spots to finish in 9th, with the 00 Joe Bennett up 5 spots to finish out here the top 10.
Richard Hurst in the 76 led so many laps tonight and had such a dominating performance. But hey, man, that's super speedway racing. He starts 5th, ends up in 11th place. Bay Area Rob Chowder in the 24 machine finishes right where he started in 12th. John T. Fike in the 09 up a bunch of spots from 21st, finishing in 13th place. He was the first car 1 lap down, second car 1 lap down, 33 of Paul Ferdiani. Good to see old Paul again in that 33, running in a different league. He dropped a bunch of spots. He'll still get a top 15 tonight. Finishing in 15th place, Gavin Ray, he had some piece problems tonight, so the 27 car will finish in 15th. Jason Kraft, we appreciate all the fans the 99 car had out today. Started outside row 1, ended up finishing in 16th spot. Bristol Thompson in the 45, finishing in 17th, up a couple spots. Nathan Stanley, our AdminBoxx pole setter tonight. The 67 car, not the finish he wanted. Went back a couple laps, finished 3 laps down in 18th place. Bradley Clay in the 31, finishing in 19th. And rounding out your top 20, the 17 car of Bryant Newingham.
Number 9, Thomas Welsh ended up 21st. 23, Mark Collins ended up 22nd. 88, Bobby Duffield, 23rd. 73, Mark Brown, 24th. The biggest loser of the race, the 55 of Tom Barish, actually is the biggest winner because he actually won the headset tonight.
That's right.
He had a heck of a terrible race, but pretty good at the end. He stuck around, got him a nice headset, and congrats to him, and fun stuff tonight, guys.
That it was. So we thank you all for tuning in and watching as we kind of move things here to YouTube. So you guys came out in force, and we thank each and every single one of you, because you guys are the reason why we do this, to hang out, have a great time with our chat family. Same thing with our great sponsors over here. We got DEP Graphics, as well as ButtKicker. We also have AdminBoxx throwing out sponsorships up there. Man, we appreciate every single one of you guys, as well as Davidson's Builders. They do a great job here as well. So thank you all for coming on aboard to supporting a great league like the Numb Thumbs Racing League here, especially in this Cup Series. But on that note, it's time to sign off and give it on away until tomorrow night, where we're going to have some HCK Beagles racing action. I believe they're having their opener here at Daytona as well in the trucks. So stay tuned for that one, because those trucks are exciting to watch, man. Such a great car to drive around here on this sim. But until that time, I'm Alan Brown for Alan English and Adam Turner. We're signing off, everybody. Have a great night.
We gone.
See ya.